Hey, I'm Hunt, and this is Hunt on LSU, your channel for LSU Fighting Tiger football talk. Enjoy the video. We want you to leave a comment below, hit that like button, and subscribe right below the video. Enjoy. Breaking news from The Advocate. Wilson Alexander is reporting that former LSU football star Kayshon Boutte has been arrested for sports betting violations, according to the police. I'll read the lead of Wilson's story here that I've just pulled up, again, 8 minutes ago. Former LSU wide receiver Kayshon Boutte has been arrested, accused of using an alias to illegally bet on sports while he was underage. Louisiana State Police say in a news release, Boutte was booked into Baton Rouge on a felony count of computer fraud and misdemeanor count of gaming prohibited by persons under 21. If you read more into Wilson's story, it says that Boutte placed nearly 9,000 wagers, at least 17 of which were on NCAA football games, and at least 6 of which were on LSU football. So many thoughts come to mind here, but the prevailing one is that this is a young man with immense gifts who burst onto the scene in 2020 as the next star at LSU, and over the next 2 years proceeded to make some really, really immature decisions. That's really as kindly as I can put it. And because of those decisions, he was drafted in the 6th round and is now in jail. That was unfathomable when he walked off the field after that record-setting performance against Ole Miss in 2020. Now, there were other issues besides decision-making. He got hurt, and there was upheaval within the football program, and coaches were being fired and hired, and there was quarterback issues that he played with 3 different ones. But it would be burying the lead and misrepresenting the story if you didn't suggest that the decisions Kayshon Boutte has made over the last 4 years have cost him dearly. And everyone is innocent until proven guilty, and he'll see his day in court or wherever this transpires, but we're just reacting to what we've seen here over the last 10 minutes. And there's enough evidence that police arrested him and booked him into prison. The situation that arose after Kayshon Boutte's junior year was unlike any that I can remember. LSU has had a lot of players leave the program early for the NFL. And almost across the board, those players are celebrated on their way out, whether that's with the program holding a press conference to allow them to declare for the NFL draft, whether that's the university aiding them in a social media post with cool graphics and helping them craft the paragraph that goes with the departure. All of that stuff happens multiple times every year. Mason Smith, Mekhi Wingo this year, I mean, it's all the time. And oftentimes, when players decide to come back for their final year, some of that same stuff happens. There are press conferences, there are social media posts that are put together for said players. And in Kayshon's case, after his junior year, he released one of these LSU-created social media posts saying, "I'm coming back for my senior year." We all know in watching that his sophomore and junior years weren't up to the standard that we expected from him after his freshman season, following in the line of Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson. He was the next guy. And so LSU was thrilled to have him back. And then a week later, you get just a Kayshon tweet. No social media post, no acknowledgement from LSU, only Kayshon Boutte on Twitter, "I'm going to the NFL." That circumstance I cannot recall anywhere else with LSU players. Something happened within that week. Now, you can point to rumors and all the things that swirled around the SEC championship game. And quite frankly, you can point to this. I don't know how long this investigation has been open. But something suggests to me that if they've unearthed 8,900 wagers and 6 of those wagers on LSU football games, that this has been going on for a little bit. I can't promise you it's been 2 years. But decision after decision after decision that has surrounded Kayshon Boutte has led to this moment where you have to wonder whether or not his time playing football is over. I don't know what type of punishment comes with this felony or this misdemeanor charge. That's in the future, and I'm certainly not a legal scholar, nor an attorney, nor a judge. I don't know if it comes with community service. I don't know if jail's time involved. I know this. You don't get one over on the gambling industry. You're betting on games that you're playing in. We don't like that. There are billions of dollars being wagered annually on sporting events. And if you're going to be someone who attempts fraud, they're coming. They made some movies about that. Casino, Goodfellas, you seen all that? I'm the movie guy. But this is a disheartening story. Because when you think about a young man from New Iberia who's a 4-star recruit who decides to play for his hometown school, and then in the midst of what felt like a crumbling of the football program in a global pandemic, was the bright spot late in the season with that unbelievable performance against Ole Miss. He was the most positive thing in the entire football program at that point. And 2 years later, he's picked to wear the number 7, to be the playmaker, to be the guy who's the guy after Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson and Terrace Marshall move on to the NFL. And the star faded quickly. Transfer portal rumors and all that kind of stuff's flying around. And we're not here to be the town gossip, but you were here. You heard things. And then the SEC championship game stuff, and then the announcements and all of this culminating in a guy that we all figured was a first or second round pick. You look at mock drafts entering that final year, they all saw it. And the Patriots ended up taking a flyer late in the draft. I was surprised he made the team. There's not a real good hit rate on late round draft picks. Sure, they happen, but it's not a great hit rate. Franchise is not fully invested in you at that point. But he made the team, and he played a little bit. And then you see this come out. And there's a part of me, there are layers to this. There's a part of me that's so saddened for a 23-year-old to have put himself in this position. Like, that sucks. And there's a part of me that goes, man, I know that LSU and all these high-level universities have talked to these players once sports betting became legalized, like, you can't do this. And Kayshon is far from the only one who's gotten into hot water with this. We saw the whole thing up there in Iowa, and Alabama's baseball coach got fired because, like, this is not a Kayshon problem. This has happened in a lot of different places, but you know the rules. You're creating an alias. You're betting on games you're playing in. That's absolutely a no-no. And consequences have to be paid for very, very poor and immature decisions. And there's been far too many of them over the last 4 years for Kayshon Boutte, and it's all come to a head. Now, he's young, and he has every opportunity to get out of prison, have his day in front of the authorities, and make some better decisions moving forward. But it's a sad situation for a guy who literally set an SEC record as a freshman in high school and has seen a steady decline in all of this since then. And again, you had your day in court, and maybe this comes out as some sort of misunderstanding, but it doesn't feel that way. And while Wilson and The Advocate are reporting facts in their story, and I invite you to go check out the story, NOLA.com, part of The Advocate, here on a sports talk show, I'm just going to put all this together and give my thoughts on it, and it's sad, and it's disappointing, And I can't say, quite frankly, that it's stunning because of what we've seen the last 3 years. I hope the absolute best for the young man. And thankfully, outside of him, this is not a crime that's hurt anyone. But it's got to be a sobering thought for a guy who was on every All-American list and every mock in the first round and counting dollar signs like the guys that you shared a locker room with, to all of a sudden be looking at a jail cell from the inside thinking, this all may be over. Hey, thanks for watching Hunt on LSU. Before you get out of here, do us a couple of favors. Hit that like button, leave your comments below, and subscribe to the channel for all your Fighting Tiger football talk. See you next time.